They Lie Alone. This one needs a little bit of background, I think. Some of you know this and some of you do not. Both of my parents have passed. My mother, in a little over 6 years ago in April, passed away, and it was shortly after that my father moved on to the neighbor woman, and my relationship with my father deteriorated due to that. As you can imagine, we were very upset that my father brought this essentially stranger into his life and married her. But when my mother passed, as due the wife of a veteran, she was buried in the Leavenworth Veterans Cemetery in Leavenworth, Kansas. And if you've never been to a veterans cemetery, you know it's row upon row, rank and file of these white headstones. And when a couple is buried there, when a wife or when husband and wife or spouses are buried there, they're buried together, and one side of the stone shows the spouse's name, and then the facing side will show the veteran's name. If the spouse passes first, the front side of the stone will show the spouse's name until the veteran passes, and then they will turn the stone around and put the veteran's name on the facing side, so that they're always together. And when my father passed, the woman he married buried him. My Catholic veteran father was buried in a Baptist cemetery miles away from Leavenworth. And I found out just last year that he was also buried without a headstone. He just has a brass marker. I have the paperwork to get a veteran's headstone for him, but I have not processed it yet, because some little part of me hopes that there is some way to fix that, and it won't be needed. But I wrote this poem over the course of a couple of years dealing with all of this, and hopefully that bit of background helps this make sense. This is They Lie Alone. She lies alone in a field of the lost, marching row upon row across the silent hills of sorrow. She lies under a single tree in a field of heroes and stars, where taps plays under Old Glory's shadow. She lies alone in sight of her mother and father, brothers and sisters in rest, but without the one who filled her heart's hollow. He lies alone in a yard not of his faith, robbed of his honor and his due, by one whose heart and soul is shallow. He lies alone without a stone, buried in spite, and forgotten but for those who cry, powerless and pained to the marrow. He lies alone among strangers with no kin, who shared nothing with him in life, with no pomp or marker due a hero. They lie alone, but I hope together beyond the veil they found each other and wait for us when we reach that forever tomorrow.